and then I will head over there. So this is a Big Blue XL. It prints on food. For those of you who do not know what blue is, prints directly on food. It uses a print bed. I'm walking over now. It uses a print bed, and that allows you basically to print on things and walk away. See, I'm here now. Hi, everybody. So what's nice about this blue is that it has a nice display screen, which allows you to control many of the functions here, which is nice. And oh, I was supposed to take this mess off of there. Sorry, guys. There we go. So,
you can tell us live, folks.
Yeah, it's live. You get what you get. There are 2 print heads in here, and these print heads allow for redundancy. So the print heads bring the ink through into some dampers that basically guide the ink through into the printer, but we have 2, not 1 on this printer. This is the XL again. The bigs and the little blues are single head print heads, and those work great as well, but they're going to be a little bit slower. What's nice is this printer prints this entire bed, which is the size of a full sheet cake, in 10.5 minutes, approximately. It depends what you're printing and all that stuff. So it's really cool that it can go that fast. But what's nice is, as I said, I made these little boards. I'm very proud of myself. Whoop. I can bring them up for closer for texture. See? Whoop. There we go. Whoop. Trying to get the nice, see, you can see that pattern on there now. Beautiful pattern. Flying back. Had some patterns printed, and now I'm going to hit print and let it print. And you're going to notice I'm going to continue to talk to you, assuming you can hear me, and you should be able to. This printer is really cool because I love the sound of it. So it's going to do its thing over here.
Yeah.
Here I am. Hi. Sorry, I can come.
One of the comments made was Becky was commenting that her little blue can do that too, and that's one of the best parts of any of the Blue Food printers is if it fits on the bed and it doesn't move whenever you move the bed, you can print on it. We've seen people print on gumballs.
Yep. And let's see, we've seen people print on pumpkin seeds, and obviously on gum and tea bags. We've printed on cheese, and obviously all your cakes, cookies, everything else will print on there. So the blue also comes with 4 colors of ink. Oh, you can't see me anymore. I walked up so I could see. 4 colors, a cyan, a magenta, a yellow, and a black. And we print with those 4 colors because it gives you the rich, vibrant color. Just like every other professional printer around, they use 4 colors because you need the black to get the black. Kelly said she's printed on Jordan almonds. Sydney says, happy birthday, Stacey. Yes,
Thank
Becky,
you.
we have printed on sushi. Hi, Carol Nichols. So it's been kind of it's kind of fun to see what you can print on. And you notice I'm not doing anything. I'm kind of bored right now because I have to kind of look at the screen. I guess I don't. I can look at anything. While it's printing, I'm just doing something else. And that's what I love about the blue, because I am Miss Multitask. And I do not like to wait for anything. So if I can do something else while it does the work, then I am happy, very happy. And so that's one of the things I love about it. What's really good is our whole new customer support and training is amazing. The printer actually comes with a laptop, which has all the programs on it you need to print. They're very easy to use. In addition, you get your free training. Becky prints on Isomalt. And with the training, we have revamped the whole thing, and you're basically ready to go when you start the training with one of your trainers. But what's nice, when you get to the actual printer part of it, you are being taught how to customize your orders or print your orders with what you print on. So if you print with a royal icing, then it gets basically tweaked to what you do. And if you print on fondant, it's tweaked to that. So that we are basically designing the training around you. That's one thing I love about it, because it really, not only do you get off and you're printing to a great start, you're printing immediately, you're printing successfully as well. And you can print food safe paper for custom packaging and materials and cookie backer boards, etc. You're absolutely right, Sue. Um, and Becky, how long does it take to dry on isomalt? It doesn't take long, I don't think. And this is actually, so there's two print heads in there, and at the very end of this is actually printing. And then I am going to hit stop. And it is done printing. Oops, I have to hit yes. And there it goes. And I am going to blow your brains out. Oh my gosh. This is cool. Sorry, I got stuck. Let's see. Whoop, this way. Okay, now we got to see if we can get that pattern.
There it
You see that
is.
pattern? There we go. And you can
And the best
see.
part, and the
Go
best
ahead.
part is because that impression is less than a quarter of an inch deep, it doesn't warp the image.
Right. So I'm going to see if I can come even closer. Ugh. Sorry, I'm like standing with my hands way over my head, like in that movie with the boombox. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I was blown away. I'm always blown away by this printer, and we have done this forever. That's the number one. And the other one, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm down here, way down here, and I'm looking at this freaking out. Same pattern, different print. So you can see
There
the
it
pattern.
is.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, just the wonderful things that you can do. And you don't have to do this on a board. You can do this directly on a cookie or on a cake, almost anything. Okay, now I'm going to do something else that's really cool. Stay there. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so this is our gold iridescent bling. Sorry. Whoop. And we sell this on our website at icingimages.com. It's my favorite bling in the whole wide world. We have, oh crap, I totally spilled this everywhere because I pulled and I didn't turn the lid. I pulled the wrong thing off. There's the gold laser iridescent everywhere. Whoop, this way. Okay, so what I like about this, let's see, isn't that cool? This is not a gold. It is iridescent, which means it kind of changes color. So I have this way. Okay, sorry. I'm going to hit it with it. Just kind of coming up because it's floats up for some reason here. Let's see. I feel like I spray it and it's going up. Okay, here we go. It's doing it again. Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this bling on here, but we will try. I'm going to turn, I got a light over here. I'm going to turn this sucker around and turn it on. Bear with me one second. There we go. Come here. See if we can get some of this on camera. Well, I guess we can't. I'm trying, guys. Here we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that sparkle on there, but it is the coolest effect with this gold iridescent. I can see it. It kind of pearlescenced the colors, all the colors that are on there. It's really amazing, cool. And it
Yeah.
also highlights the pattern a little more without making it stick out totally. So I'm gonna.
Yep. So we have a couple questions.
Go ahead, shoot, bang.
And Lisa, I did not miss your question. I will just answer yours second. Gwen is asking, so it's not printing the square around it. And the reason why that's not happening is when you're printing what's called full bleed, which in the case of this, where the image is larger than the product being printed on, you can skip that step in your software and just go directly with the image because you're not trying to center the image. And that's what the shape around the outside is useful for.
Yeah.
And this question is for you, Debbie. Lisa
Go
wants to
ahead.
know, how did you get the pattern to match the Pollock prints?
The what prints? The pattern
Uh,
to match. Sorry, say it again.
the Pollock prints. What she's asking is, how did you get patterns that matched how did you get printed images that matched the roller
Oh,
images?
I totally didn't. I just picked some images that I thought would look good. What I have found is that when you, sorry, I'm like amazed by this. You can't see the detail of the bling, but so you don't match the pattern. You get something totally different. And the pattern, hold on, let me do this. So the pattern that I use, rolling pin that I used, is this one right here, and it has nothing to do with the pattern that I printed. They're totally different, but I like to print patterns. The images I like to print on them, I like to have some white in the background because it picks up the pattern a little more, but they don't match at all. I just find things that kind of match, and then it works together. So, and Becky said, I did that on cookies for a baby shower, used a honeycomb pattern and printed bees and wildflowers, and the blue customer was blown away. Blown away. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back away from the blue, going back over there, and we're going to jump ship just a minute, and we're going to talk about another type of texture that I like to use. Let me bring this back. Wrong
The
way.
other way.
It's opposite because I'm kind of turned around from the camera. Here we come. Here we come. Zoom out. You don't want to see that part of me. What part? Another zoom. Boop. Sorry. Whoop. Up. Okay. Hi. You miss me? All right. Now there's a product, and we've talked about it a couple last times that we were on, and it's called FlexFrost. Okay. FlexFrost. It's on our website, and Stacey can put the link up there. It's icingimages.com/FlexFrost. It's really easy. FlexFrost is an edible fabric, and it's different than the icing sheets, the wafer paper, all that. It's kind of its own thing, and it is used basically for creating any type of fabric. And it also makes the easiest lace you've ever seen. Again, I can do it. I'm going to bring this camera over. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, do you want to go ahead and switch cameras? And looky there. And I'm just going to center you just a little bit. Woo. There we go. Hey, look at that. Okay, so earlier today, I created these lace patterns using FlexFrost. I'm going to show you how we did it. I just wanted to make these so I can peel them off, show you how easy it is to use. I use Sugarveil mats. These mats are available also on our website. This is probably one of the most favorite ones because it is hearts, which are used all year round. Okay, whoop, here we go. There you go. So it has 4 of them. This is the mat. Sorry, I just wanted to get some of the stuff off. This way. Okay. And I think it's like $10.99 on our website. It's not that expensive, and this is a high grade mat. We also made a skull. It's pretty off this way. There we go. And we also have a spider web, but I had design ideas for these, so I used that. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay, so this is how hard it is to make lace. I took the FlexFrost. I ripped a piece. Now look, I want to show you how much FlexFrost that I used to make both of these mats. This is one sheet, and these are my leftover pieces. Very little, okay? So I'm going to take the FlexFrost. I ripped a piece off. I am going to dip it in water. This is just room temperature water. That's it. Dip, lay it down, and I am going to dip it again. See, just water. I'm going to lay it down. Woohoo. We're going to wait about 30 seconds, and it's going to kind of bubble in after about 30 seconds. Doesn't take long. This is where you could be setting your printer up to print something. So you can see on this one, it's starting to bubble in. You can kind of see the outline. And I'm very impatient, and I really want to scrape it, but I can't because we want don't have a good effect. So it's very frustrating for me. But you can see this first piece is all bubbled and it's ready to scrape. This one's almost ready. So it doesn't take long at all. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy scraper and I'm going to scrape the FlexFrost and get into all those little grooves. Now, if for some reason you get impatient and you don't want to wait, see this? There's a little bit left on there, and it's kind of a full sheet. It's not wet enough. You can keep scraping to see if it kind of melts in, but if not, I just dip it a little. I dip the whole thing right into the water just a little bit, and it'll start to melt in by itself. Now, very important, when you're choosing your mats, see, I got impatient. I did it a little ahead of time. When you're choosing your mat, you want the lines to connect, because if they don't connect, you're going to have a gap and they won't go, like they won't connect. And I'll show you on the skull in a minute what I'm talking about. These Sugarveil mats are a very high quality mat. That's why I like to use them. They are definitely food grade. A lot of things that you buy off of, you can buy them off of Amazon and all those places that sell things for really cheap. They probably are not food safe, or food grade, I should say. These are 100%. So whatever you're putting it on, 100% is going to be safe for you to eat, or for you to eat off of. Now, if you notice, I'm kind of going in different directions. It's to make sure that every single one of these grooves is filled. And so I just different directions. And when I'm done, if I haven't used all of it, well, let me get this one a little better. And then I can take the backing from the FlexFrost and I can scrape it right on there. Okay, make sure it's all on there, and I can let it dry, and then I can bag it and you can reuse it later. Pretty cool.
Hey,
So
Debbie, we
that's
have a
how you
question.
make FlexFrost. Very, very easy.
We
Any
have a question
questions?
for
Are
you,
we good?
Debbie.
Go,
About
go,
how
go.
many hearts do you think you would get out of a single sheet of FlexFrost?
Well, so far I did the skull, and this one has 4 hearts. This will be 8 hearts. And I haven't even used half the sheet. There's some leftover FlexFrost over there. So more. It
So
goes
if
a long way.
so
How's
if we were
that?
being if we were being conservative, let's say what, 16 hearts per sheet, and probably closer to 20 because you'll have
Yeah,
more left over.
I
So
agree.
the answer to your question, Jill, is the hearts end up being less than 10 cents each.
Easily. And
And
the best thing,
probably even less if you're reusing the scraps the way Debbie is, that she was scraping off of her scraper.
yeah. And there was more left over before I didn't use, but that just went in the trash because I was a little busy. But you can see this I actually put in the dehydrator because I wanted to make sure it was good and dry before we showed you. It probably would have dried on its own pretty easily, probably within a couple hours, because it's a little bit too dry right now, I think. And remember that Bling stuff? Look, look, look. Oh, wait, I shouldn't do this yet. Never mind. We'll come back to that. We are going to head back over to the blue. So if we want to go ahead and switch cameras, I will move that camera over so I can see. And we're going to do some more stuff, some more printing.
Yep.
Okay.
And Becky is excited to see what that looks like when you print on it.
I am too, because you know what? I didn't try this. I haven't tried any. Well, the only thing I've done before was the printing on the fondant. I'm pretty brave. So here we go. All right. So I have some cookies. Woohoo!
And
And I
Glenda,
have some extras. What? How? What?
Glenda, you can color it any way you want to. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
use luster dust in a pump or luster dust on a brush. You can airbrush it. You
You can
can,
add color to it before, like
yeah.
when you mix, you could actually mix it in a cup first and add color there too.
Hmm.
So this is Little Honey's edible glue. It's the best edible glue ever. That's why I started carrying it, because all the major decorators were telling me, you got to carry this, you got to carry this, you got to carry this. So I carried it. And you can now, if my cookie was a little bit wet, it would probably stick right to it. This is a very dry cookie. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of dab on there. I'm just going to spread it out just like that. And I'm
Yep.
going to drop the heart right on there.
And
Oop.
Becky just provided a pro tip. If the
Oh.
hearts or whatever else you create with the FlexFrost becomes brittle, just give it a quick spritz of paper potion and let it rest
Mm-hmm.
for a minute.
Yep. Paper potion is awesome. And I'm going to go this way. So I'm just sticking these right on there. Very easy to do. Trying to center it. Again, this is where my decorating isn't that great because I am not precise and I'm very impatient.
But that's part of your style, Deb. It doesn't mean you're not
It
good at it.
is.
It just means that's your style.
It's my style. No patience. Rush ahead. That's me. That's Deb. And I have to do 3 things at once. And this little bottle goes a very long way as well. All right. The last one. So one of these hearts is definitely not like the other. It is off center. So this is what happens when somebody who's not patient does this. Let me bring this up a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. You don't need to look at my butt. Okay. All right. So I printed 4 templates or 4 hearts. I'm going to lay this on right on top. Now, I will tell you that if you're not me, you're going to do a better job at this than I am. There's 4 different patterns because I wanted to try different things. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm just going to double check real quick. Doo, doo, doo. We'll get it close. You'll see what happens because things don't have to match up perfectly when you're printing on them. So let me go ahead and bring out, come here, go back. What am I doing? Task browse, hearts. All right, there's my hearts. And now I'm going to make sure everything's set. Oh, you know what's very important that you do is always make sure that before you start printing, that the print head or the print bed is a little bit lower than the print head. Because if it's not, you're going to hit it. So I'm bringing it right over top. And I'm going to bring this print head up a little bit. And we don't do this automatically for a reason, because the eye is much better than automatic because there's waves. Like this cookie is lower than this cookie. That's my tallest cookie right there. And I'm going to bring it up just another tad because I live dangerously. That's about it. And so I've checked my height on everything. And now I'm going to hit print. Print. Oops, first I have to send it back home. There it goes. And now I have to hit print. And there it goes. La, 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 la. It's doing its thing. Okay. Any questions
Yes.
so far?
We got a question from Sue asking if you could drop the finished lace on top of a wet flooded cookie instead of adhering it with glue. And before we had a chance to answer it, Becky came in and said, absolutely, yes, you can.
Yep. Yes, you can. You can do that. It won't disintegrate it at all. What is the favorite mixture? Is that it's kind of cutting off my screen. What is the favorite mixer?
I think that was a response to somebody else's question.
Okay.
Jill, if that's not correct, please let us know.
You have my favorite mixer in the entire. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I have that old KitchenAid over there. That's what it
Oh,
is. A
that's
really
right.
old one. Yep. Exactly. All right. So going back to Becky's comment about paper potion, um, if you don't know what paper potion is, let's see. I don't know if I have any in here. It is basically a moisturizer for edible paper and other things too. And you can paint with it too. There's no water. There's no alcohol in it, which is unusual to have neither one of those in any type of mixture. Ooh, it's done almost. Some of them I'm way off. I took shortcuts, but you'll be able to see. Oh, I was way off. All right, it's done. This one is dead on. Let's see. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to move this big old light here and get it over here because it's really on the wrong side. Bear with me. That's the back of the light. This is the front of the light. There we go. Okay. Now let's see if that helps at all. I'm going to turn this a little bit and come this way because you're trying to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. There we go. And you can. Bear with me. I'm sorry.
Why don't you try using your other camera? It might focus on that a bit sharper.
Oh, good idea. All right, give me 1 second. I will walk over there. I'm going to take all of these real quick. And we are going to go to the other camera. All right. You want to switch to the other camera? There we go.
Already done.
You are the man. Okay.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that.
There we go. I don't know if you can
So
see the
here's an
path well.
idea for a creative person to get inspired by.
What?
Take a plain flooded cookie, print some pattern on it, and then print a different pattern on top of the lace, and then put the two together.
Ooh, I didn't do that.
No, but
That's
I
a great
didn't think about
idea.
that till just now.
Hey, that's what happens when you're me on camera. I'm trying to see if you can. There we go.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You can see the individual stitching in the design.
Okay. This one's way off, but it's kind of cool. Anyway, so I just did a plain heart. I'm going to hit it with this stuff. It's still really cool. Because I wanted you to see just the differences. Wow, so bright. It is bright. This one's way off too, because again, I'm not patient. And I get a little bit nervous on camera and start to sneeze. And there
And
you can
yes,
see.
Lisa, you can print directly on the lace and then apply it to the cookie. There's nothing
You
stopping you
can
from that. And
at all.
Gwen, there were shapes on that template. They were just kind of light, so you didn't see them in the camera.
Yeah.
And Catherine has a success story for us. She recently
Go,
used the mandala Sugarveil mat in a tiny amount of Little Honey's glue on a white flooded circle and used it as a PYO activity for a church function, and the kids went bananas for it.
Okay,
The
so
adults wanted
explain
to
it.
get in too.
Explain it again. I want to understand.
So she used the mandala Sugarveil mat, and with a tiny
Okay.
amount of Little Honey's glue, she stuck it on a white flooded circle and used that
Oh,
as like a PYO stencil.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
great idea.
I know. I'm like, whoa, because they can print right in, I mean, they can paint right all the little dots. This is the skull mat, and this is just a cake board. It's a 12-inch cake board, so you could do this on a cake. I just didn't have a cake. I mean, again, you can print on anything. So remember before when I said you need to make sure that whatever you have, whatever mat you have, all the little lines have to connect. But if you look at the little nose here, nothing connects to it. So when I peel this off, and you see how I turned it over? I did that because when there's intricate designs, it's better to peel the mat away from the lace, like I just did, than it is to pull. So we're going to what should we call him? I don't know.
Frank.
Frank? This is Frank?
Frank.
Frank?
Yeah.
Frank! Okay. And let me grab my glue.
And while you're gluing that down, since you like multitasking, what would you say the size of that sugar skull is?
It is, I actually know this because I had to measure it today.
You
Hold
could
on.
always use your Icing Images mat underneath it.
I could. Hold on.
It's got a little
It
measuring
is
thing on there.
5 by 3 point. See, I remembered now. 5 by 3 almost 4 inches wide. Okay.
Oh,
And I'm going to lay
Becky
this down.
says we should call it Skelly.
Skelly, shilly shally. Anybody know where I got the name shilly shally from?
Not a clue.
Okay, somebody knows. All right, so the better way to do this, now that we have our audience to tell us, would be to print the skull first before it's on the backer, and then print the backing board and then add the two together. Actually, I want to go this way because then you'll get dead on. But this is what happens when you don't. I'm going to head on over there. Let's go.
Yep. Oh, and Gwen, thank you for the clarification. Now I understand what it is that you're saying. Debbie is using our new software, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
need to have that outer frame anymore if you're using that. What you're referring to is with the older version of the software we were selling with the blues. So
Yeah.
if you go to the Blue Food Printer page on the Icing Images website and look near the bottom, you'll see the options there for upgrading.
Yeah. So we have upgraded quite a few things in the more recent months. We've added some things to help our customers as well. I feel like this guy is a little bit off center, but it's okay. You guys will get it. He's like really off center. And one of the things we did is we have a new software, and that software sped up our prints. Um, and so, as I said before, this printer, it will print this whole bed in about 13 and a half, well, sorry, 10 and a half minutes. And um, if you had, we sell the Mega, which is 30 by 40, and it's huge. It's a huge print bed. You can sleep on it. Um, but there we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit print, and it'll do its thing. And so it's 30 by 40, and it prints that entire bed in 13 and a half minutes, which is crazy. Little Blue, which is a quarter sheet, prints in 4 3/4 of a minute approximately. And Big Blue, which is a half sheet, prints 7.5 minutes approximately. So that's all with, so if you are on here and you are a Blue owner and you have not upgraded your software, it does many things. To me, that's the biggest thing. You can listen to it. It's actually printing. You can hear it printing faster. And it has a cool sound. I love the sound. Um, and yes, Kelly, you can do it that way too. It's just a more advanced setting. It also allows you to use what, JPEGs,
Yep.
um,
With the new software, you can
PNG.
use JPEG just like before, but you can also use PNG, TIFF, SVG, and you can also use PDFs.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you're a Canva Pro user, when you go to share your project, do a shared download, select PDF for printing, and then there's an option to change it to CMYK. So there will be no color conversion inside the software for your blue. It'll just come straight out exactly as you're expecting it to.
Yeah. Now, what was I going to say? If you have an blue on order, they all come with the upgrades now. Okay. So for Sharita, who bought her printer like eons ago, like 3 years ago, I think, her blue printer was less, but this now it has more functionality to it. It also comes with these handy dandy clips on it, and aligners and all kinds of things. Um, what else does the new software do?
So
Colors are better. Oh, it uses less
there's
ink.
it uses a little bit less ink, yes. And some of the things that are nice about the software is you have some layer control. So if you've ever tried to print two images on top of each other and you realize that you put them in there in the wrong order and now one image is on top of the other when it should be behind it, you can use change order to stick it in the background again. You can also automate adding a stroke around the image. So if you didn't like using the master shapes before, you can do a stroke instead, and it's all automagical. And you can
Let's
also
switch
work
cameras.
with transparent images. Sure.
Keep going. Oh, dang, I did good. Sorry. Okay, so let's bring her up. You can keep talking. I'm showing off.
That's good. And yes, Lisa, I would recommend going to the Boss website and looking in the Blue Learning Experience at section 5. And you can follow the tutorial on there. And if you're happy with that, that might help you make your decision more easily.
Yeah, switch. This is really cool, except the nose was upside down. But
That's not an accident, that's a feature.
it is. It's a beautiful feature. It's a Van Gogh. Trying to get that detail that I can see.
Oh, there he is. I saw it in the forehead. It's a little bit too close. There we go.
There we
That
go. There's
almost
the
has a
forehead.
paper mache look to it with the
Mhm.
multi-layering of the image and the lace and the board.
Yeah, this is cool. And I realized I had a cross stitch pattern on him, and I grabbed the wrong skeleton when I put the final image together. But it's so cool. And then there's the whole little guy. What do you
And what
think? You no, the blue impresses me so much every time.